From heartbroken to empowered, my fight to reclaim my life. In the bustling town of Willow Creek, where the sun seemed to shine just a bit brighter and the air was thick with the scent of blooming flowers, lived a young woman named Sarah. She was known for her kindness and determination, with long chestnut hair that fell in soft waves and sparkling green eyes that reflected her adventurous spirit. Sarah had just graduated from college, her mind brimming with dreams and aspirations. Yet, despite her achievements, her heart felt heavy. She was deeply in love with Ethan, her high school sweetheart, who had been her anchor through thick and thin. However, as the months rolled by, their relationship began to show signs of strain. Ethan, with his chiseled jawline and tousled blonde hair, had always been a free spirit, his eyes constantly scanning the horizon for new adventures. While Sarah was focused on building a future, Ethan seemed to be lost in his own world, pursuing fleeting pleasures instead of the commitment that Sarah longed for. One evening, while they strolled hand in hand through the local park, the atmosphere felt unusually tense. The chirping of crickets and the gentle rustle of leaves created a backdrop of normalcy, yet Sarah's heart raced with anxiety. "Sarah," Ethan started, his voice hesitant. "I feel like we're growing apart. You have your dreams, and I just want to have fun." Her heart sank at his words. She had spent countless nights envisioning a future with him, a home filled with laughter, children running around, and a love that would weather any storm. "But Ethan, we can have fun together. We can build our dreams side by side," she pleaded, searching for the spark that once ignited their connection. But Ethan merely shook his head, frustration etched on his handsome face. "I can't be tied down right now. I want to experience life, and I don't want to hold you back." With that, he turned away, leaving Sarah standing alone beneath the soft glow of streetlights, her heart breaking as shadows swallowed his form. Days turned into weeks, and the chasm between them widened. Sarah tried to maintain her composure, throwing herself into her work and friends, yet the ache of his absence gnawed at her. On a particularly stormy night, as rain hammered against her window, she found solace in her journal, pouring her heart onto the pages. Her dreams felt fragile, like glass shards scattered across her mind. Each entry was a testament to her love and loss, an attempt to make sense of the chaos swirling around her. Meanwhile, Ethan was lost in his reckless pursuits. He was drawn to a group of friends who embodied the thrill-seeking lifestyle he craved, each night filled with loud music, laughter, and a sense of freedom that intoxicated him. It was during one of these nights, amidst the haze of flashing lights and echoes of laughter, that he met Chloe, a fiery redhead with an infectious laugh. She was everything he thought he wanted in that moment, spontaneous, carefree, and utterly captivating. Their chemistry was electric, sparking a connection that pulled Ethan further away from Sarah. As Sarah continued to wrestle with her feelings, she often found herself reminiscing about the love they once shared. The way Ethan would look at her, his eyes filled with warmth, and the gentle way he would brush her hair behind her ear. It felt like a distant memory, overshadowed by the current reality. One fateful evening, Sarah attended a gathering at a friend's house, hoping to distract herself from her heartbreak. The air was thick with laughter and chatter, but her heart felt heavy. As she stood by the refreshments, she overheard a conversation that sent a chill down her spine. "Did you hear about Ethan and Chloe?" one of her friends whispered. "They've been inseparable lately. It's like he's forgotten all about Sarah." Those words pierced through Sarah like a dagger. She felt a wave of betrayal wash over her, a mix of sadness and anger boiling within. How could he move on so easily? As the evening wore on, Sarah's heartache morphed into determination. She decided it was time to confront Ethan, to demand the truth she deserved. The next day, Sarah found herself standing outside Ethan's apartment, her heart racing as she knocked on the door. When he answered, the surprise on his face was palpable. "Sarah, what are you doing here?" he asked, his voice laced with confusion. "I need to talk to you," she replied, her voice steady despite the storm of emotions within her. Ethan stepped aside, allowing her to enter, and she immediately noticed the remnants of Chloe's presence scattered around, her perfume lingering in the air, a pair of shoes carelessly tossed aside. Each detail felt like a punch to the gut. "Is it true?" Sarah asked, her eyes narrowing as she tried to suppress the hurt. "Are you with her?" Ethan hesitated, his eyes darting away from hers. "We've just been hanging out, Sarah. it's not what you think." But Sarah wasn't buying it. "You've moved on, haven't you? You've left me behind." The betrayal felt like an unbearable weight, one that threatened to crush her under its intensity. "Things just got complicated," he murmured, rubbing the back of his neck, clearly caught off guard. "I thought we had agreed to take a break." "I never agreed to this," she shot back, anger boiling over. "You could have at least had the decency to tell me instead of hiding behind excuses." In that moment, the air between them crackled with tension, a palpable reminder of the love that had once flourished but now lay in ruins. She was desperate for clarity, desperate to reclaim the parts of herself that had been lost in the whirlwind of their relationship. "Look, Sarah, I didn't mean to hurt you," he finally said, his voice softening. I didn't know how to handle it." "Handle what?" "Your fear of commitment, your desire to play around." Her voice shook, tears pooling in her eyes as she fought to maintain her composure. Ethan stepped closer, his expression conflicted. "I didn't want to hurt you. I thought I could find myself and still be with you, but I see now that I was wrong." With a heavy heart, Sarah took a step back, forcing herself to breathe. "I deserve someone who knows what they want, Ethan. I won't be your second choice." And just like that, the last thread of hope unraveled. As she turned to leave, the door felt heavier than ever, a barrier between what had been and what could never be again. The journey of healing would be long, but Sarah knew she would emerge stronger, ready to embrace the future she had always envisioned, one filled with self-love, ambition, and new beginnings. In the weeks that followed, Sarah poured her energy into her career and rediscovered her passions. She took up painting again, allowing colors and emotions to flow onto the canvas, expressing the tumult of her heart. Each stroke was a cathartic release, a way to transform her pain into something beautiful. Her friends rallied around her, providing support and encouragement as she navigated her healing journey. One evening, at a local art exhibit showcasing her new collection, Sarah caught a glimpse of a familiar face in the crowd. It was Ethan, standing near one of her paintings, a look of admiration on his face. Their eyes met, and for a brief moment, time stood still. Memories flooded back, the laughter, the love, the dreams they once shared. But this time, she held her head high, knowing that she had moved on. With a slight smile, she turned away, embracing the path ahead. In the end, Sarah learned that love could be a powerful teacher, guiding her towards self-discovery and resilience. As the sun set over Willow Creek, she felt a renewed sense of hope, an understanding that her story was far from over and that brighter days lay ahead.